That part, L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 71. That part, you guys do me a favor, as soon as you come in the building, do me a favor, hit that like button. All right? Don't be a ninja watcher, it's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, that's just a hater. And you definitely don't want to be one of these, ladies and gentlemen. We call this a peeping time. If y'all don't know what they do to peeping times, just don't go to jail, you won't have to find out, you heard me? That part. Glee, you guys do me a favor, as soon as you come in the building, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building, all right? That's called leaving a fingerprint. Let's leave a fingerprint. Let's leave our DNA, a trace of our DNA on this episode. This is episode number 71. That part. Glee. We counting down. Episode number 71, counting down to episode 100. You heard me. 29 episodes left to episode 100. You heard me. Listen, I am the incomparable, the author imitated but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one they took their style from, the one that keeps creating what they keep taking. All right? I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, learn off the streets, lord of the streets. You heard? I am the top op. I'm considered your top opposition, public enemy number 1. All right, this is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media, and this is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 71. That part. You guys do me a favor. As soon as you come in the building, share this podcast. I need you guys to share this podcast with your family and your friends, your loved ones, your followers, the people that admire you. We all have admirers, all right? People that admire you. Remember, every shepherd has his own flock. Keep that in mind. All right? Went on a little bit late today, which is perfectly fine. All right? We go live. This is not edited. There's no post-edit. What you see is what you get. That part. Bada bing, bada bang. Listen, let's cut this fire intro music off right quick. All right, you guys, listen. Once again, I'm the incomparable, the author imitated but cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from, the elected, the appointed voice of the streets. You heard me. All right, I'm the leader of the streets. I'm the elected, appointed voice of the streets, the leader of the streets, the learning off the streets, the lord of the streets, living off the streets. You heard? Top op, public enemy number 1. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media, if you didn't know. And I want to welcome everybody to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 71. That part, get the bombs going in here. Listen, this is a very, very, very eventful week, all right? Another Friday, we've been blessed by Most High to enjoy this experience once more, all right? And this, like I said, it's a very eventful week. We got a lot of things to talk about. Of course, you already know shots have been fired. Offset, and 42 Doug going at it with Whack 100 in the middle of everything. As usual, per usual, all right? Typical Whack 100 shenanigans. All right, let's talk about it. What else we got here? All right, Rick Ross getting the key to the city, all right? Also, his music's being inducted into the Library of Congress. Shout out to Rick Ross. Let's clap it up for Ross. That part. Also, you guys, I want to give a rest in peace, all right? Rest in peace to Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, all right? Slain, I believe, during this week, he was slain a couple days ago. We'll speak about that also. You guys already know about the CMG, the ongoing beef with CMG and Paper Route, PRE Empire, that part. Shout out to Paul Bizzle in the building, my brother from a different mother. You heard? Shout out to Paul Bizzle, that part. Taking care of himself. I like to see you taking care of yourself, brother. All right. What else we got to speak about today? All right, Dwayne Wade, all right? Dwayne Wade is receiving a statue outside of the arena, the Miami arena. All right, we'll speak about that. Dwayne Wade. And, you know, Dwayne Wade has been up to his shenanigans, and we'll talk about that also. All right. First off, how we going to kick it off? Let's kick it off. Let's start off hot, as usual. All right, you guys do me a favor. Don't be a ninja watcher. It's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. And you definitely don't want to be one of these ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call it peeping time. Y'all don't know what they do to peeping times. Just don't go to jail. You have to find out. Do me a favor. As soon as you come in the building, wipe your feet on the rug. Show that you have manners. We call wiping your feet on the rug when you hit that like button. Hit that like button for me. Show me that you was raised right. Don't disappoint your parents. Don't embarrass your parents. And do me a favor. As soon as you come in the building, hit that like button. All right. I need you guys also to turn your notifications on YouTube. All right. If you guys, a lot of you guys should be watching this off of YouTube. Let's get the YouTube numbers up. All right. We're streaming live, obviously off of YouTube. We're streaming live, obviously on Facebook. All right. And we're also streaming live on Twitter. That part. Also, you guys can enjoy the audio on Apple Podcasts, all right? And the audio is a way different experience when you guys listen to it. Just put your headphones on and get lost in the audio. That part. Listen on the way when you going to work. Put your headphones on when you're at the job. You can listen to this on the audio when you're exercising, preferably whether it's outside or inside the gym. Just be responsible and put your headphones on. You can listen to this while you're doing your chores, your Sunday chores. This is the weekend, all right? That part. You guys do me a favor, like I said, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Everybody has their own flock. Every shepherd has their own flock. You got people that admire you, like I always say. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast, all right? Now, listen, we're going to start off hot. First of all, we're going to speak about this 42 Doug and Offset. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with 42 Doug, you know what I mean? Dog food, 42 Doug, little short guy out of Detroit. And he's one of my favorite rappers out of Detroit. To me, he's the #1 rapper out of Detroit, besides the infamous Eminem, right? Mr. 42 Doug. Now, 42 Doug recently has been seen online, all right? And he has some discrepancies with some things with a story that's being told by Whack 100. Now, if you guys know Whack 100, that's the West Coast, all right? The blood, the Paru out of West Coast. You already know this guy is mischievous, all right? He's constantly stirring up something on the internet, which gives us something to talk about. So shout out to Whack 100. But nonetheless, 42 Doug now, he has a discrepancy. Like I told you guys, 42 Doug is very short, all right? He's very, very short. But you know how they say about King Selassie, right? Selassie was short too. They say he's small as a mouse, right? He creeps like a mouse, but he has the jaws of a lion. Yeah, short people come with a lot. I'm gonna tell you some of the Napoleon complex. Short people when they boot up, they boot up for real. All right, and it's the same thing in this situation. So now, okay, let's rewind a little bit. 42 Doug had a dice game with Offset. You already know Migos, 1/3 member of the Migos, Offset. 42 Doug and Offset had a dice game. Now, according to Whack 100, during this dice game, you guys know how it is when we throw in dice and shit, right? You take somebody's money, but the honorable thing to do is when you take your opponent's money, when you take everybody's money in the dice game, you give people an opportunity to win their money back. That's what somebody with honor does, right? It's being fair when you're talking about throwing dice, all right? Nonetheless, in this situation, how Whack 100 tells it, 42 Doug was winning Offset's money, all right? This is all according to Whack 100. He's winning the money. 42 Doug is up. 42 Doug tried leaving, I guess. He didn't want to give these guys a chance to get their money back. So this obviously resulted into an altercation, right? So according to Whack 100, 42 Doug tried to walk off with the bread. He tried to move on with the bread. Obviously, Offset was not feeling that. Offset wanted to win that money back. You already know how Offset preferably want to spend that money on Cardi B, right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things Offset could have spent that money on. How you going to come back home to your wife and somebody you lost all this money, even though the man is already rich? But nonetheless, the story goes by Whack 100 that Offset end up swinging on stealing on 42 Doug. Now, I remember you guys, you know Offset. Offset is obviously taller than 42 Doug. 42 Doug is about, I wouldn't give him no more than 5'1". This guy is real short, right? And the thing is about 42 Doug, to give you just give you a idea of 42 Doug, he even speaks with a squeaky voice. 42 Doug has a voice like Little Boots, similar to Little Bootsy when he's rhyming, though. Bootsy don't really sound like that in person, but he sounds like that when he's rhyming. Well, 42 Doug sounds like that in person. 42 Doug, they make a joke that 42 Doug voice sounds like they shrunk him. You ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? That's how his voice is. His voice is like they shrunk his voice. All right, so nonetheless, 42 Doug is saying that's not how the story went. But let me just give the rundown of Offset, how Wack 100 gave the story. Wack 100 says that Offset went off in 42 Doug's pocket after he stole on him, right? He's saying that he went to tap in his pockets. You know that's the ultimate violation, right? Shots fired. Hold up. Shots fired. In a dice game, imagine you getting your pockets checked, right? Let alone it's Mr. Offset checking your pockets, all right? The celebrity going off in your pockets. This is according to Wack 100. So now, 42 Doug has chimed in. 42 Doug said there's no way on God's green earth this ever took place. 42 Doug said, you telling me somebody went in my pockets and nobody died? Not even attempted murder? All right, so this is how 42 Doug is feeling. He's trying to say that Wack 100 is lying about this situation, all right? Now, keep in mind, Wack 100 is in the middle of this situation. As always, he's in the middle of a lot of situations. Now, according to Wack 100, this actually took place. He vows that it took place. Wack 100 even went as far as to say that he protected 42 Doug in the process, right? 42 Doug is saying that this never happened. 42 Doug saying he had over 100 bands on him. 42 Doug is saying somebody would have got murdered, at least an attempted murder, if somebody made an attempt to pocket check him, all right? To involuntarily take money off of him, which would took place. Now, this is all allegations. This is allegations according to Wack 100. Now, Wack 100 says that he received a text message. He said he got a text message from Mr. Offset. And Offset's trying to say, why is this kid playing like that? So according to Wack 100, Offset is confirming that it actually took place, right? Now, I don't know how you guys would side on this situation. I don't know how people would side on the situation. Like I said, 42 Doug is no more than 5'1", 5 foot. He might be beneath 5 foot. I don't know if you guys are familiar with 42 Doug out of Detroit. All right, but the kid is very, very, very short. So it gives some kind of validity to the story. You think that, yeah, it's possible that that Offset went off in his pocket. You would think that it's possible according to the size of 42 Doug. But you can't make an assumption out here, right? You make an assumption, you make an ass out of yourself. Assuming, you make a fool and make an ass out of yourself by assuming. That's why sometimes it's not good to assume. Well, according to 42 Doug, this never, ever took place, right? Well, nonetheless, obviously, Offset and Wack 100 is doubling down that Offset went in 42 Doug pockets, right? Now, like I said, according to Wack 100, Wack 100 protected 42 Doug, in which he instructed Offset to go off in the corner, right? He separated the two individuals, in which Wack 100 says that, yeah, they got, luckily enough that they got respect for him. Now, he's saying that he protected 42 Doug. 42 Doug is saying that this didn't happen. But on 42 Doug's part, on his part, I don't understand whether it didn't happen as in he didn't speak about getting stolen. 42 Doug never spoke about Offset swinging on him. He just saying that they never took no money, that nobody patted his pockets, nobody went in his pockets. So right now we stuck between 42 Doug's story and Offset's story, which Offset never told a story. This story is coming from Wack 100, all right? And you guys know how Wack 100 tells the story. It's very, very colorful. Wack 100 stories are very, very colorful, and they're usually inconsistent with the other party that was involved. Wack 100 story never lines up with the opponent, with the person that's on with the victim. The stories never line up. And that's typical. There's a consistency in Wack 100 stories. The inconsistencies is the consistencies in Wack 100 story. So according to 42 Doug, this never took place, man. Nonetheless, shout out to 42 Doug. Shout out to Offset, nonetheless. But Let's call a spade a spade. Listen, man. I'm saying this. Being careful while saying this. Let's keep in mind, all right? Remember how Takeoff got taken off this earth. Rest in peace to Takeoff. You guys remember, Takeoff lost his life as a result of a dice game, all right? A betting. Quavo got into an argument, supposedly, and subsequently Offset was murdered in the process of the aftermath of the argument. This is after the dice game. I'm seeing a pattern here. This has something to do with, you see Offset and the correlation with Offset and Takeoff and with the gambling. It's all in correlation, right? You would think that they would sustain from having these dice games. These dice games are going bad. It's going very bad. All right. Nonetheless, Offset continues to gamble. Now, I would think at this point, these gentlemen would refrain from gambling at this point. Imagine this, right? Before we even go into that, a lot of people are saying that there's something that stemmed from this beef with 42 Dugg and Offset. This thing escalated, all right? If you guys don't know, 42 Dugg is Lil Baby's artist, all right? And they're saying that Lil Baby and Offset got into their altercation, got into their beef subsequently because of this particular day, this incident that took place, the gambling between Offset and 42 Dugg, right? Which gives some validity to it. Somebody was disrespected there, and Lil Baby felt he was compelled, it was on his behalf to stand up for 42 Dugg, which is his artist, right? Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what's been going on, but Offset and Lil Baby had a beef at one point. They had issues at one point. And people are saying that, well, Whack 100 particularly is saying that this problem stemmed from that dice game. So once again, a dice game resulted into an altercation, but fortunately for these gentlemen, this time nobody was murdered in the process, right? Rest in peace to Offset. I mean, to Takeoff. Excuse me. Rest in peace to Takeoff. All right? Now I'm hearing stories about this. I'm talking about people getting stripped naked. According to 42 Dugg, 42 Dugg has chimed in. Like I told you, 42 Dugg has responded to all these allegations about Whack 100. 42 Dugg is trying to say that they had to pay them. Offset and whoever's Offset's entourage, Offset's team, had to pay 42 Dugg's team to get off of him, to get off his neck. This is according to 42 Dugg. According to 42 Dugg, they beat Offset out of his pants, right? Damn near stripped the man. This is all allegations. I don't know how true this is. I'm a fan of Offset. I'm a fan of 42 Dugg. I don't know how true this is, right? Nor do I, like I said, I don't have a horse in this race. We're not here to condemn nobody. This is not about condemning nobody. This is not about bringing to trying to taint somebody's career or taint somebody's image, right? Because everybody has an image to uphold at this point. They're both celebrities, and with the streets involved, the street credibility involved with that, entangled in that. All right, but nonetheless, they're saying that beef between Offset and Lil Baby, it came from, it spawned from that dice game. At this point, gentlemen, I think it's time. I think it's safe to say you guys got to put down the dice. I think it's safe to say that Offset, the Migos, you guys don't have no more room for things to transpire from a dice game. You lost one group member behind a dice game. I don't think that the Migos have any more get out of jail for free cards. It's not even about going to jail. But imagine another incident taking place, which it actually did take place behind some dice, behind the roll of the dice. You know what I mean? I understand what a dice is. When I was a kid, I used to roll dice. I used to be with the older gangsters in the park. You know what I mean? And I used to roll dice with the older gangsters. But see, the difference is when you're a kid, the older gangsters, they let you leave with the little money that you gain. That was the awesome thing about it. When I was a kid, I used to get into a good CeeLo game. I don't play craps. I don't play 2 dice. It's 3 dice. CeeLo. We playing CeeLo. So I used to get around the older gangsters, the older elders, the older men around in my neighborhood, in my community, right? And with that being said, I used to put my couple dollars in, and they would allow me to leave the dice game with my money because I was a kid. Shout out to Pete, all right? Shout out to PS, shout out to Pete, all right? Pete was one of them. Rest in peace to Pete. He was one of them that would let me leave with the dice. I mean, not leave with the money from the dice game. But nonetheless, 42 Doug, though you might be short like a kid, you're not a kid, you're a grown man. Obviously, you just came from prison, right? You was just incarcerated. That's evident that you're a grown man, all right? I don't think the Migos have no more room for having altercations behind a dice game or losing somebody behind a dice game. It would be ridiculous at this point if history would repeat itself. If history ever repeats itself one more time, I don't think you guys have any more opportunities. At this point, you guys would be the butt of everybody's jokes, and it wouldn't be funny. All right. So shout out to all the Migos, the remaining Migos members, and this goes out to 42 Doug too. You guys, let's be careful with the dice games. All right, especially in you guys' situation. Now, I'm not saying to do away with the dice altogether, right? To each his own. I might still enter into a dice game, right? But I'm just saying, I don't think there's no more room for messing up after the loss of Takeoff, all right? The premature death of Takeoff. I don't think you guys have any more rooms for messing up any longer, all right? But nonetheless, shout out to the Migos, shout out to 42 Doug, and shout out to Offset, nonetheless. Now, you guys, moving right along. What's Paul Business saying? That's the same bullshit Offset was on. Wait, let me see. Let me read this comment section. That's the same bullshit Offset was on the night Takeoff got hit. Shaking my head, Offset got an addiction. Who knows, man? I don't know if I would call it addiction, but I understand what you're saying, brother. Definitely at this point, it's something consistent here, right? Dice games gone bad. You guys be careful out there with these dice games, all right? It happens to the worst. Before, the worst thing that can happen in a dice game is you getting robbed. Now cats is losing their lives behind a dice game, all right? So be careful out there. Now, you guys, moving right along. Listen, I want to give a rest in peace. We're going to continue this. I want to give a rest in peace to Yo Gotti's brother, Jook. All right? Yo Gotti's brother, Jook. Listen, as of recent this week, Yo Gotti's brother, CMG Don, the CMG CEO, responsible for Moneybag Yo, Black Youngster, Block Boy JP, Glorilla, and a list of other great artists over there on CMG label. All right, his brother Big Jook was recently murdered. It's sad. All right, this is a continuing thing. Now, a lot of people saying that this happened as a result of the death of Young Dolph. Rest in peace to Young Dolph, to PRE, Paper Rock Empire's Young Dolph. All right, it seems like the war is continuing and more casualties are taking place in this war, this ongoing war between PRE and CMG. Like I said, the story is Yo Gotti's brother was attending a funeral, all right? And I guess at the end of the funeral, his brother was subsequently murdered. The crazy thing about the story is Yo Gotti's mother was in the car. Yo Gotti's mother was in the car when her son got murdered. This is according to reports. This is a very serious situation, all right? Like I said, the Paper Route versus CMG war continues out there. There's been a lot of casualties in this war. Obviously, rest in peace to Young Dolph. And I don't know if this has any signs of stopping at this point. You take one, we take two. You take one, we take two. You take two, we take three. This is how it goes out here. All right. Shout out to PRE for being able to sustain. Paper Route Empire has been able to sustain even after the death of Young Dolph. They're still sustaining out here. So shout out to those parties, nonetheless. But like I said, Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, rest in peace, was murdered this week. Now, some people are saying that Big Jook put money on certain people's heads. This is all allegations. I'm not saying it, all right? Don't shoot the messenger. This is all reports on the internet. All right, they're saying that he put some change on somebody's brain. You see a lot of people in the CMG camp, when they're posting their videos, Yo Gotti or what have you, they're putting up the Dolph signs, right? So Dolph has some real strong followers, some real core loyal followers. and all you keep seeing is that dolphin emoji. This is crazy about this beef. This beef has a lot of fans involved. And in the climate of music with the fans can love you so much that they can hate the same people that you hate. This is strange, this is peculiar right here. Because somebody got murdered in this process, and you would think that people would have compassion for both parties. You would think that people would want this to cease. But it seems like the fans of Young Dolph, they want to be redeemed. They want revenge. They're seeking revenge also. They want an eye for an eye. With the death of Big Jook, you see the fans are putting up Dolph emojis as if they're happy that Yo Gotti's brother got murdered. That's quite strange for fans. That's why it gets the term fanatic. These are fans, and they're fanatics of Young Dolph. They want their revenge. They want their lick back for their artists. And that's strange to me, because 98% of these people have never met Young Dolph in their life. So for them to take so much pride in it, for them to invest so much feelings into it, for them to have no mercy for CMG, no mercy for Yo Gotti, no mercy for Yo Gotti's brother, that's a little strange. Is it that Young Dolph made that much of an impact on people's lives? Because I'm a big fan of Young Dolph. Young Dolph, I made the most money I've ever made in my life listening to Young Dolph. Shout out to Young Dolph, PRE, Paper Route Empire. I made the most money I've ever made in my life listening to Young Dolph. All right? Listening to Young Dolph playing inside the car throughout the speakers. Young Dolph makes motivational music nonetheless. All right? But I find it quite strange. I find this very strange that people are having no remorse for Yo Gotti. The man just lost a brother. The fans don't know Yo Gotti. They don't know Young Dolph. They know them through their music. They've only experienced them through the audio. So for them to take this so personal, it's odd to me. It's strange to me. It's giving the word fanatic a meaning. This is when you become a fan for real, a true fanatic. This is giving definition to the term fanatic. All right, it's giving it a different effect, nonetheless. They're saying that the feds are watching CMG. This is all reports that are saying eyes are on Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti don't do nothing in retaliation because they're watching you, obviously. But I don't think it takes a dummy to know that. That's not rocket science. It don't take a scientist to know that, right? I'm actually wondering, when is this actually gonna cease, or will it ever cease? Will this beef ever cease? Because this is a real war going on. And we haven't seen this in hip hop in a long time. We haven't seen two labels go at it and the results of lives, people losing lives in a long time. And I can't really recall war other than Biggie and Tupac, right? I can't recall any. If anybody knows, leave something in the comment section. Maybe you guys are more familiar with. But I don't know anywhere in hip hop where two labels are going at it and it's resulting in so much death, right? I understand labels going to war. Yes, it's happened before in hip hop, but this war is a little bit more different and it's way more intense. More casualties. People are dying on the scene and people are dying behind the scenes with this Paper Route and CMG war. All right. Nonetheless, shout out to Yo Gotti. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. Shout out to Key Glock with that new single. Shout out to Snoopy Bands. Just shout out to PRE. Shout out to PRE, man. Shout out to Yo Gotti. You know what I mean? Condolences to Yo Gotti. Condolences to Yo Gotti, to Yo Gotti's mother also. Because you guys, Yo Gotti's mom was in the car. Now, this is crazy too. Yo Gotti's mother was actually in the car when her son, Big Jook, got murdered. That's very intense. This is a different type of war here, right? Because you would think that, you know, the gangsters, we leave the women and the kids out of it. That's the rule of being a gangster. That's the rule of get back, right? Leave out the women and the kids. But sometimes people cross that line when it comes to get back. So this happened in front of Yo Gotti's moms. So imagine the trauma that it caused, right? She actually had to see her son. She had to lose her son in front of her eyes. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It makes me, I'm reflecting on it. This is a very serious matter. People definitely are crossing the line. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about this war. But one thing I'm going to say rest in peace to Young Dolph. Rest in peace to Big Jook. And hopefully this can get resolved in some way, shape, or form. I know cats aren't going to be the best of friends, but hopefully this could actually come to a cease one day in time. All right? Hope to see that. Now, you guys do me a favor. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button as soon as you come in the building, all right? Don't be a ninja watcher. It's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. And you definitely want to be one of these ladies and gentlemen that's called a peeping Tom. Y'all know what they do to peeping Toms? Just stay out of jail. You won't have to find out. All right? Hit the like button. We call that wiping your feet on the rug, the thumbs up or the hearts, wherever you're watching this. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Twitter, all right? Hit the thumbs up. Hit that heart button, all right? We call that wiping your feet on the rug, same way you do at your grandparents' house. You show respect, show that you was raised right. Don't embarrass your parents and hit that like button, all right? We went on late today. Obviously, I went on. I don't usually go on at this time, but we are going to be going on later in the day, all right? Usually going on at 7. But today, we went on at 9:15, okay? Nonetheless. Now, you guys, let's move right along. First of all, I want to give a shout-out to Rick Ross. Let's clap it up for Rick Ross. All right, Rick Ross has received the key to the city of Miami. We got to clap this up. Shout out to Rick Ross for receiving the key to Miami, all right? Big boss, the biggest boss, all right? Pause. All right, Ross has received the key to the city of Miami, all right? A big accomplishment, a big accomplishment. I think every rapper or any successful person, you want the key to the city. That's the ultimate flattering gift, the key to your actual city, right? Rick Ross also, his music is going to be inducted into the Library of Congress in the process, all right? So once again, clap it up for Rick Ross. Big belly man, fat man. Yo, listen. All right, so also Rick Ross. All right, you guys, Rick Ross has been seen online. You guys know Rick Ross already got the biggest house on the East Coast, the biggest pool on the East Coast, right? Vander Holyfield's prior mansion, right? If that's not enough, Rick Ross already has, he bought a jet plane, right? If that's not enough, Rick Ross is working, I think he has a yacht. Oh, he's working on it. All right? Give him time. Well, there's another thing that Rick Ross is under construction. Rick Ross went online, all right, and in which that he revealed that he's building a bunker, a doomsday bunker. I don't know if you guys know about doomsday. This is when if we was to ever have a nuclear war, you know, a nuclear bomb with to touch American soil, you have a bunker, all right? It's called a bunker. They build these underground. It's an underground a place where you can survive. If there was ever a nuclear war, you would survive the radiation and all the ramifications that come after a nuclear bomb, all right? Now, in your bunker, you're supposed to have survival, enough to survive, I think, up to 6 months to a year or maybe more, right? In your bunker, you're going to have food supply, right? You're going to have all your supply kit to survive. You need water and you need food, definitely, right? Well, Rick Ross is under construction. He's building a bunker, all right? Now, this bunker is supposed to rival Elon Musk's bunker. So Elon Musk is building a bunker also. But, dog, we got to big shout out, and we got to clap it up for Fat Boy. We got to clap it up for Rick Ross for building this bunker. All right, hold up. Shout out to Rick Ross. He's unstoppable at this point, all right? Rick Ross is unstoppable. I wouldn't be surprised if Fat Boy ran for president, all right? I told you, you got the biggest pull on the East Coast. The man has a jet plane. The man, he's working on his yacht. And now the man is building a bunker, all right? And he has a house on Star Island, all right? These are all things that I would love to have in my possession, all right? Any man knows, any real man wants a house on Star Island. Imagine having your own, a mansion on the water, all right? Yo, listen, shout out to Fat Boy. Fat Boy's doing it, he's unstoppable, and that's inspirational. All the stuff that Fat Boy's doing is motivational. And I don't know, at one point they were saying he was running for mayor in Georgia, in the city that he lives in Georgia. All right? And I see politics in the future for Rick Ross. I see Rick Ross doing something political in the future. I don't know. I see politics in Rick Ross's future. I feel like whatever this man can fathom, he can manifest because he's learned the key to manifestation. It's obvious that Rick Ross knows the key to manifestation. All right? That's why he's presumably, it looks like he's unstoppable. All right? Shout out to Fat Boy. Big up to MMG. Shout out to that new project with Ross and Meek. All right? Shout out to the whole MMG camp. You heard me? Shout out to Gunplay. Shout out to Meek Mill. Shout out to Kano. Shout out to everybody in MMG. That part. All right, listen, you guys, make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. All right, I need everybody to share this podcast, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whatever social platform you're on, I need you guys to share this podcast. Share this with your flock, all right? Every shepherd has his own flock. You got people that admire you. Do me a favor, share this podcast. All right, now listen. Moving right along. Listen, you guys, you already know we South Florida, we Floridians here, all right? And with that being said, when you're speaking about the Heat, the illustrious Heat, the Miami Heat basketball team, all right? You only can speak about two people, right? You're going to speak about Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal, all right? With that being said, Dwayne Wade is being honored with a statue outside of the Miami arena. First of all, we're going to clap it up for Dwayne Wade. Shout out to Dwayne Wade. He's receiving a statue, right? It's going to be a bronze statue on the outside of the Miami arena. Now, you guys, we clapped it up for Dwayne Wade. Yes. I'm proud of Dwayne Wade with all his accolades and his accomplishments. Nonetheless, shout out to him nonetheless. But, you guys, hold up. Hold up. Dwayne Wade, I heard you say, you said, there's no love like Miami love. Dwayne Wade said there's no love like Miami love. Well, Dwayne Wade, do me a favor. I need you I need you to reflect. I need you to do some self-reflection, Dwayne Wade, because now it's gone far. Now they want to put a statue of you in the city. You're going to be solidified now in the city of Miami. But hold up. Dwayne Wade, I need you to reconsider. I need you to reassess yourself, okay? Starting with some of the zesty, dare I say, the zesty things that I've been seeing. Now, you guys, there's a recent picture of Dwayne Wade online, all right, with his feet out. Dwayne Wade seemingly started painting his toenails. He's getting a pedicure, and he paint his toenails. Dwayne Wade has painted his toenails burgundy. Heat jersey burgundy. Hold up. I'm super disappointed. Dwayne Wade, listen, like I said, I need you to reassess this whole situation, my brother. Dwayne Wade, listen. Dwayne Wade, listen. I need you to reassess this situation. You're getting a statue in Miami. We're giving you a statue. That's the ultimate honor that in Miami we can give you, your own statue, okay? So now you're a true representative of us. You're just not a passing person, right? Now, remember, you're part of our history. Dwayne Wade is part of the history of Miami, as well as Shaq, as well as the Chris Bosh and whatever, right? Butler and everybody. Yes, these people are part of our history. You're not forgotten, but now you're solidifying yourself. You're getting a statue. I need you to reassess yourself, brother. I need you to act like you have an image. I need you to take consideration the community of Miami. Dade County, remember they called that Wade County? Dade County, they used to call it Wade County, right? So that means that you're a role model for the city, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, that means that you represent the city in its entirety at this point. You're at the forefront. When they think of Miami, when they think of you, they think of Miami and what Miami has to offer, Dwayne Wade. My guy, listen. I'm not going to go into your personal business with Gabrielle Union and all this and how we feel like Gabrielle Union wears the pants, right? It's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. Let's leave that alone right now. I'm just talking about you overall, how you represent the city, Dwayne Wade. You're painting your toenails, but you got a statue. You're getting a statue, a bronze statue outside of the Miami Arena. Now, this can be a good thing. This can be a bad thing, all right? It could be a good thing if you clean up your act. Your legacy is great. Sports-wise, your legacy is impeccable. It's impeccable. Even with all your injuries, you're the Flash, all right? Dwayne Wade is one of my favorite athletes behind Michael Jordan. Yes, I will admit that. But now, your reputation is at hand right now. We're speaking about how you carry yourself, Dwayne Wade. I need you to reassess how you carry yourself. I need you to slow down a little bit with your feminine approach with things, all right? I see you with the socks. I see Dwayne Wade with the socks, with the shoes with no socks, all right? I see Dwayne Wade with the lip gloss, the blazer with no shirt under, at least not even a tank top. I see it all. But Mr. Wade, I need you to reassess the situation. Now you represent the city of Miami. You represent us entirely now. All right, my brother? So with that being said, Wade, I need you to slow down a little bit. Let's slow down with the painting of the nails, because before, people were just painting their hands, but now you're painting your toenails, Wade. That's a little bit different now, my brother. I need you to reconsider all this. I need you to reassess yourself. I need you to put down the paint. Put down the nail paint. Put down the polish. Put the paint, the nail paint and the polish. Put it down. It's something different now. You got your own statue. You're representing the city of Miami now. This is something big, my brother. So what we need you to do to reassess this whole situation and reconsider how you carry yourself. All right? You got kids that look up to you. Now, you can taint the image of Miami at this point. Remember one thing. Dwayne Wade, for the sake of sports, we as Miamians, we as South Floridians, the Miami community, remember, in every little bar, every little corner, every little basketball court, even in jail, we're arguing about who's the best in our legacy. Obviously, you're the main person in the conversation. Now we have to argue with our ops. We got to argue with fans of other teams. And the first thing they're going to use is Wade is zesty. With all the accolades, we can speak about your accolades all day. What they're going to resort to is talk about how you paint your nails. You're giving us no ammo. You're taking away from the conversation and our position in the conversation, because they're going to beat us with that. They're going to beat us over the head with that, Wade. The painting the nails. Brother, I need you to stop painting your toenails. Cut it out, bro. And I think that you're trolling at this point. We all know what's going on with your family members and your children, stuff like that. We're not going to go into that because that wouldn't be honorable. But you know what I'm alluding to. Let's stop trolling at this point, Wade. Do me a favor. Let's stop trolling at this point. I need you to stop trolling at this point. Stop blurring the lines between men and women. Let's stop blurring the lines between masculinity and femininity. Let's stop blurring the lines here. All right? Just do me that favor and just think about it. All right? It's just something to think about, Wade. Because when I'm having my arguments about the Miami Heat, I don't want nobody throwing that in my face. Pause. I don't want nobody talking about how your nature and how you carry yourself. Like I said, you represent us now. You represent us now. Nonetheless, shout out to Dwayne Wade. Shout out to Dwayne Wade, you know what I mean? With that statue being built on the outside of the Miami Arena, all right? Big up to Dwayne Wade, you heard? Now, you guys, like I said before, do me a favor, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. You guys do me a big favor, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. All right, what else we got here, man? What else we got here for this week? We got more things obviously to speak about. Doja Cat, well, before we speak about Doja Cat, listen. Kanye West, you guys. Let's speak about Kanye West. All right, you guys. Kanye West issued an apology to the Jewish community. Now, recently he issued an apology, a written out apology. It was written in Hebrew. A lot of people, they didn't accept this apology. They say that it was AI generated. GPT is AI generated. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. All right. People were saying that it was disingenuous. All right. So it didn't sit well with a lot of people. And it's not consistent with your character. We don't know Kanye West for being apologetic like that. But nonetheless, you guys, Kanye West has he's reported that he's preparing a 40-minute apology to the Jewish community for his anti-Semitic remarks in the past. Shout out to Kanye West. Now, a 40-minute apology. I think this one just might do it. Now, I'm curious to see how this apology is going to be played out, right? I'm hoping there's no kinks in the apology. I'm hoping that it's a genuine apology. I hope he's not doing this just to open to open up the resources once again. I hope this is something genuine that Kanye West is doing. Like I said, I respect Kanye West as an artist. A lot of things that Kanye West says has validity, but Kanye West's approach is at question. A lot of times, Kanye can be a little bit vulgar, and I don't like that in reference when you're speaking about politics and you're speaking about whole communities, Jewish communities, no matter what's your position on the Jewish community, you speak with a vulgarity behind it, right? And I think that taints your message, obviously. Shout out to Kanye West, nonetheless, if this is a true statement, and it's a genuine 40-minute apology. I want to see this, and I'll be here for it. Like I said, you guys already know on this channel we're big fans of Kanye West. Mr. Yeezy, preferably he wants to be called Yeezy. The man changed his name to Yeezy, right? So I just say Kanye because a lot of people are not familiar with Yeezy. Not everybody. Most of us are familiar with Kanye. But nonetheless, Mr. Yeezy, like I said before, he prepared a 40-minute apology. A 40-minute apology for the Jewish community, which is we've been waiting for this apology. All right, we've been actually waiting for this apology, and it's a great thing. All right, so shout out to Kanye West, shout out to the whole Jewish community, shout out to the Jews. All right, let's get things back in order, because Kanye West has a lot to offer. It's just a stumble in the road, and hopefully they can find it in their heart to forgive Kanye. All right. A lot of people still, I'm pretty sure, even after this 40-minute apology, a lot of people are still gonna insinuate that it's not a genuine apology. For some reason, they're giving Kanye a hard time. But Kanye did a lot of anti-Semitic remarks, and he kept it up for a long time. So I don't know if that 40-minute apology is gonna suffice. But nonetheless, still, shout out to Kanye West. Still, at the end of the day. All right. You guys, like I said before, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this platform. Let's get everybody acclimated to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 71. This is a countdown to episode number 100. And I do apologize, you guys. I came on late today. I came on extremely late today. All right. Nonetheless, like I said, this is live. I don't post-edit. This is not edited. What you see is what you get. If I stutter, if I forget something, if you see the screen we have some technology malfunctions. It's all gonna happen in real time. This is not edited, all right? So you guys bear with me. Usually we going on at 7. We went on a little bit late today, all right? Now, you guys, last I want to speak about this. Mrs. Ice Spice. All right, you guys, Ice Spice attorney Leon Morabia tells TMZ the claim is baseless. We will vigorously defend this case. All right, so if you guys know what I'm talking about, Ice Spice was accused of copyright infringement, okay? She in a mood. They're trying to say she stole that song from somebody. Mr. D. Chambers, all right? So I'm going to read this so you guys know what I'm speaking about. All right, so this is according to her attorney. The claim is baseless. We will vigorously defend this case and look forward to our day in court when we will be fully vindicated. Ice Spice is being dragged to court over her hit song, In Her Mood, all right? Because a rapper and his producer are accusing are accusing her of straight up ripping off their work. Ice Spice is being sued for a copyright infringement by D Chambers, who says he wrote, recorded, and released a song called In the Mood. A year before, wait one moment. Hold up, man, something happened here. A year before the famous rapper released her project. Now, D Chambers, I'm familiar with D Chambers. I don't know if he's part of the battle rap community, but this guy, he's been in the rap community for a minute. I heard, to give credit to D Chambers, I heard his version of that song. And you guys, to be quite honest with you, it's super similar. Ice Spice, She's in Her Mood, and D Chambers' song is eeringly, it's super similar. Okay, his song is called In the Mood, and hers is She in the Mood. All right, She in Her Mood. I heard both versions. Obviously, I'm familiar with Ice Spice version, but I just now listened to D Chambers' version. D Chambers' version is super, super duper similar. All right, so there might be some validity there. All right, he might have a case. Even the beat is similar. And unfortunately, this happens in the industry. A lot of people's music are stolen in the industry. And I've had it done before. To me, I've had it done before. And it happens, right? People look for inspiration out here. Now, this is all allegations. I don't know if this is actually true. It could be a case of great minds thinking alike. All right, just to give her some, shoot her some bell. It could be a case of great minds thinking alike. But to be quite honest with you, when I hear both versions, they sound eerily similar. Super similar. Ice Spice, She in Her Mood, and D Chambers, In That Mood, it's super similar. The beat, the cadence, how they rhyme, and the chorus, how the chorus is worded, super, super duper similar, all right? Nonetheless, shout out to both parties, man. Shout out to Ice Spice. I still love her as an artist. You know what I mean? And she's climbing up the ranks faster than any female artist I've ever seen in the rap game. She's climbing faster than Nicki Minaj. Ice Spice is probably the fastest growing female artist I've ever seen in hip hop. All right, she has a mass appeal, to say the least. I'm pretty sure she has a lot of opportunities beyond rap that's gonna be available to her. So shout out to Ice Spice, and she fine as fuck too. All right, she has super, super duper sex appeal. All right, you guys, listen. We about to cut this short. All right, you guys, I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. All right? I want everybody to enjoy the weekends. Nobody's promised tomorrow. Show the universe your gratitude. I can't say that we're going to meet up next Friday, but what I can say is, by the grace of Most High, through Most High's will, if we're able to, I will be here next Friday, and we will meet up next Friday. All right? Show the universe your gratitude, because that's what the universe will reciprocate back. The universe loves that, all right? Make sure you guys value the things that you do have and not so much the things that you don't have. Because how's Most High going to bless you if you don't even value the things that you have already? All right? And that's the way that you become rich. Some people are gluttons. There's never enough. They can never get enough. So you'll never truly be rich if you can't get enough, right? You got to put value in the things that you have already and recognize these things. I hope I'm making this clear to you guys. All right? Let's put some outro music nonetheless. Hold up. Bada bing. Yes, sir. L.O.T.S approved media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Episode number 71. Shout out to everybody that was in attendance today. All right? I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. Everybody be sure to enjoy your weekend. All right? Be safe this weekend. I'm the incomparable, the author imitated but cannot be duplicated, the one that's to their style from, the one that keeps sharing what they keep taking. I'm the top op, public enemy number one, leader of the streets, elected as the voice of the streets, leader of the streets, learner of the streets, lord of the streets, L.O.T.S approved. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. And it's the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 71. That part. With that being said, you guys, I'm leaving the building, all right? Salute and peace, my good people. shoot a message to DSTM, that part.